Yep. All these days of making YouTube videos, one day, I hope, maybe just one day, I can be good.
Maybe one day you'll be the guy.
Alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next Success Cast. Probably gonna go with that name for now. This is Pitus Liker.
Running Mods 44 back.
Yep, and yeah, you guys, two of you,
Yeah.
two of you made suggestions.
Yeah, that's two more than I was expecting. I was expecting that we were going to have to come up with the idea for this episode again ourselves, but hey.
Yeah. So, we're gonna basically respond with what you guys have given us since we can work with it and they're kind of related to each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the two topics that we're dealing with are YouTube trolls and the Anti-Bronies.
Yep.
Two things that a lot of people don't like seeing, especially, well, the Anti-Bronies in the MLP community. So.
Yeah, and we're very much inside the MLP community. I don't know how many followers we have that aren't bronies. There might be a few, but probably not that many.
There's probably one or two. It really wouldn't surprise me if that's the case.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Trolls, I guess we'll start off with that. Ember Valdez asks, can you do a topic on trolls? I heard of them and found out what it meant, but I still don't understand how a troll works. Do you want to answer this?
Well, long story short, a troll is basically a person who comments on a video and basically gives negative feedback on it without the whole constructive criticism part. It's constructive criticism minus the word constructive. They basically find any kind of flaw that's in the video that you have done whatsoever, and they will rag you to the ends of the earth and beyond about that flaw. And if they can't find a flaw, then they'll just simply call you names and all kinds of stuff. And they basically use the they use the fact that they're anonymous on the web in order to inflate their power, essentially, because I mean, why would they care as to what it is that they say? Because you don't know who they are.
Yeah. Trolls aren't just on videos. They're pretty much everywhere on the internet. You're gonna find them as long as there are people. Yeah. But definitely it's a good idea to separate constructive criticism from trolls, because there is negative feedback that is important as well. I take a lot of negative feedback to heart because it's very, it's very important to, deal. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has something that they can work on, and even if a comment is mostly negative and focuses on negative things, it can still be perfectly constructive.
It just depends on the way that you word the comment as to whether or not it goes from becoming a troll to becoming constructive criticism.
Yeah, and sometimes trolls can talk about stuff that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Oh, too many bronies in this comment section.
Yeah, you go to just a random video or something, and if it makes a small reference to something that's MLP related and stuff, then obviously there's unfortunately there's a lot of people in the MLP fandom who go apeshit just simply because they see something that's related to MLP, so they have to go, oh my goodness, this person's a brony, blah 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 blah. And then you get a whole bunch of those people who just respond saying, oh, this has brony stuff, I have to unsubscribe from this person, all bronies must die, and stuff like that. It's just like, why?
Yeah. The worst part of it is how YouTube's Google Plus comment section works, because their comment section brings the top comments with the most replies to it. So you can just make a troll comment and get the most replies, and bam, you're at the top. It's a rigged system and really should be changed.
Yeah, especially since anytime you go to a video, they have it preset to where you see top comments first, and if you want to see the newest first, you actually have to tick it to go to newest instead.
Yeah. I wish that you could actually choose to see which one you wanted to see first.
Yeah, like go to your profile page
by default,
specify which one. Yeah,
that would be a lot easier. Yeah, and recently I saw a video where they were talking about the discussion, and then in the comments section, this person left a very detailed comment. It was a great comment, but then he just replied to it 10 times to make it at the top page.
That's cheating.
That is cheating, but he showed how broken the system was.
Well, I do know one thing regarding the whole top comment things is that you actually can affect how that works, but it depends on the person's channel itself. The person who uploaded the video can specify what comments get highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
So there's ones where mainly comments that are from your actual subscribers get highlighted, and then there's ones that get the most feedback, and then there's ones with the most likes and stuff like that. And you have different ways to specify it. So in theory, if you're the one uploading the video, and if you're the one uploading the video yourself, and you don't like seeing that kind of method on there, then you can change it on your stuff. But for the most part, most people leave it as the default, which is how we've just described it to you. And
yeah, most people don't think to change that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And most likely, you're not going to be able to convince an uploader to change the way that works, because it's like one or two times that he or she sees it on their own channel, and then there's 100 other videos up there that he or she likes seeing what's being marked as a top comment. So why would they change it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the spam comments are getting better, but there's still a lot of horrible comments that don't get past there, and there's a lot of great comments that still don't get past the spam section.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times, if I do certain videos and stuff, narrator will leave a comment.
Narrator always gets caught, and he leaves the best comments.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, he leaves, when I did my fourth and final round for Mega Pony, when I went through that game, 2 days after I uploaded it, I went to go and view it and reply to a different comment that I gotten, and while I was there, it said one of the more comments had been marked as spam. I clicked it open, and I see its narrator's comment. It's like freaking 78 lines long, because he put timestamps and so much stuff, and I'm like, this dude's comments are always being marked as spam. It's like, these aren't spam. Yes, they're long comments, but they're interesting, and he actually timestamps each one. And he actually told me that when he watches a video, he keeps a notepad file on the other screen and pauses the video and writes the timestamps and what he wants to say on it, and then unpauses the video and continues watching it.
Oh, he's one of those fancy people with dual monitors. Okay.
Hey, I got dual monitors too.
Oh, you're one of those fancy people with dual monitors. I'm jealous.
Well, technically they're dual TVs, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
One's a TV that I had, and then the other one's a hand-me-down from my parents' room when they got a bigger one. I was like, hey, you guys aren't going to use that TV, so I'll use it. They're like, what do you need it for? I'm like, dual monitors, baby.
That's really useful.
It is. When you get to dual monitors, you never want to go back to one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the only downside to the laptops, I'm afraid, regarding the whole dual monitor things. That laptops can't really do that easily.
Yeah, I'm running on a laptop. Yep.
Anyways, we're going a little bit off on topic here, so let's head back to the trolls.
Okay.
So, actually, let's go ahead and bring in the Anti-Bronies into this a little bit as well. But before we do, I'm going to say this. I noticed a common trend between the trolls and the Anti-Bronies is that a lot of times, yes, this kind of relates to the whole fact that they feed off the fact that they're anonymous. It's the fact that the majority, and I do mean the majority, like 90-something% of them, 90% of the trolls and the Anti-Bronies are people who have less than 100 subscribers, or people who don't do any videos. You almost never see someone with 1,000 subscribers or more actually going around and doing something like that. It's always the people who have somewhere between 0 and 50.
Mm-hmm. There are plenty of people that aren't bronies that, are very great content creators, but they're never hateful.
Right.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
because
for the majority, they never want to take that chance because they don't know how many of their own subscribers are actually like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people generally controversy is a very bad thing when it comes to running a YouTube channel, so you want to avoid that.
Yeah, and Markiplier is a good example as to someone who actually referenced MLPE, but he clearly stated that yes, he's not a brony, he doesn't follow the show or anything like that, but he kind of used it as a little bit of a joke in the beginning of a video that he did, that he was it made it look like he was watching an MLP episode, and then a camera showed up and he was like, "Oh no, 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 no!" Like that in the beginning and stuff. He's like, "Oh," then he just casually goes back into his vlog, and like I said before, whenever something like this happens, there's bronies that go up into the comments and saying, "Oh, he's a brony now" and stuff, and then you get the occasional people who are saying, "Oh no, he's not a troll. This is just a joke" and stuff. And for whatever reason, Markiplier's video is like the one exception to this whole rule here about the trolls feeding off of the Brony stuff and going after it. For whatever reason, there's almost none of it on that video.
Really?
Yeah, there's like one or two on there, but it's nowhere near as bad as some of the other channels I've seen who's done something like this. Like, there's a video that I'm going to be doing a collab reaction to later in this week, and before I watched the video, we haven't recorded it yet, but
I know that comment section very well.
Well, you don't even know what video I'm talking to, but yeah.
Yeah, I do know what video you're talking to.
Oh, because he told you about it?
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, yeah, so I went to the comment section of this particular video, and the comments were exploding with negativity.
It was horrible.
Yeah, because the person who uploaded this particular video, the name of the video escapes me right now. I'm sorry.
I know the name of the video. You want me to name it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cartoon Horse Program.
Okay, yeah. So that video there, it was uploaded by someone who had like 60,000 subscribers on there. And that was apparently his first video that had anything related to MLP on it. And people were freaking the hell out in the comments section. There were so many people spewing hatred across bronies. And people are saying like, "Gosh, fucking damn it, why is this spreading into this YouTuber? I'm unsubscribing." And just there's so much hatred going on in that damn comment section. It's infuriating to read all of it.
Oh yeah.
I swear, I told the person that I'm going to be doing this with, I'm like, we haven't seen the video yet, but I had never seen a video with that much hatred on just the first page. Like, I didn't even hit show more. Like, I've just seen so much hatred before that one thing, and I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, that happens quite a bit when someone who hasn't done anything with MLP stuff uploads something related to that.
Yeah.
I mean, and there were a lot of people that said, yeah, unsubscribe just because of that video.
I mean, like, I understand that, like, I can understand the opposite of this, because this actually happens sometimes where a lot of Brony people who are successful, they do, like, one or two things that aren't related to MLP. Yes, they do get some negative feedback, but those are from the, well, quote-unquote, bad examples of the Bronies. They don't really think that it's okay for them to do something that's not related to MLP, and they're pretty much like consumed by it, I guess. But
everything pony all the time.
I mean, you gotta say it like this: everything is better in moderation. So, yes, it's good to like MLP. Yes, if you like MLP, that's awesome. That's great. But you can't just go with just that, and you can't expect other people to just go with that. People are different. They want to branch off with certain things. So, to be honest, and I'm for the lack of a better way of saying this, who are you to say that they can't do that?
Absolutely, it's their channel.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the main gimmick that happens with the Anti-Bronies, is that they are going around and basically saying that it is not okay for you to be doing this. And one question always plagues my mind as to the Anti-Bronies is, if you have such a huge issue with people watching the show and you don't like seeing anything like that, then why are you wasting your time in your life going to every single MLP video and spread your hatred across it? Do you seriously not have anything better to do with your life? I mean, for crying out loud, if you're a dude, you could jerk off or something. But, like, seriously, just do something other than just waste everybody else's time.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I don't want to generalize people, but yeah, a lot of people do act like 12-year-olds.
Yeah. Swinging that back a little bit to the trolls and Anti-Bronies, not really the whole Anti-Bronies part, but for the trolls, I noticed that a lot of them are also really young. Like, I'm talking like early, like
adolescent age and stuff like
basically that. Basically, people who aren't old enough to have a driver's license. A lot of times, the trolls are either like that, or you'll occasionally get some that are, you know, more adult.
Yeah. I do know that there are a lot of mature people around that age, but unfortunately, it's the vocal minority that ruins it for everybody.
It's just that, like, why? It's just like, I mean, I don't really see the benefit it is that they get. It's just like they do it, yeah, and they feel like they have all the power in the world because they're anonymous and stuff. But I wonder this. I wonder exactly how they would feel when they actually did something like that, and then the person they did it to actually showed up in front of their front door.
Mm-hmm.
How exactly do you think that person would feel? Do you exactly think they're gonna respond the exact same way that they did when they were up behind the computer? Hell no.
Mm-mm.
If it's a kid or anything like that, they're gonna be shitting bricks.
Yeah.
They're gonna be trying to deadbolt that door so that way you can't get inside. But that's the thing. It's like it's the fact that they're anonymous that they feel like they can do whatever it is that they want and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just infuriating and just.
Yeah. But since it is the internet, it also is a lot easier to ignore people.
Yeah.
You can simply just, with one click away, they're gone. Even if it's on your video, you don't need to pay attention to it. If you feel that it's spam or harassment, you can easily report it, no problem. And if it's just someone being extremely negative or provoking others, you can block them too. Mm-hmm.
Depending on whether or not you find it on your channel or on someone else's, depicts really on what it is that you can do. Like, if it's on your channel and stuff, you could just straight up ban the person if you really wanted to, or you could just simply block the comment, or just simply remove the comment itself and just ignore it.
Yeah.
Or you could just, as far as like I said earlier, just report it, and that way he or she can't actually comment on other videos for a while. And if they actually receive multiple versions of these, then their channel can actually get removed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To be honest, sorry to cut you off, but to be honest, the majority of them, because I said earlier, a lot of these people don't upload videos and stuff. To be honest, removing their account really isn't going to do a whole lot unless YouTube did something like an IP ban, because it's not hard to make another YouTube account. It's as easy as making an email address.
Yeah, but it still definitely helps, even if it's just a little bit, because, if you have your own YouTube channel and you have, your certain amount of subscribers, people are gonna see that comment, and people often respond to those comments and make those the top comments. So depending on the position you're in, you can have a drastic effect on how your comment section looks. Yeah. I consider doing that myself, but I don't want to be like trigger happy. That's the thing. Yeah, there's a lot of people that, like, if it's outright, well, I shouldn't say this because honestly I don't react on it very much. Only if it goes on, if I feel it goes on for too long, then I will ban the person that's instigating it. But other than that, I usually just let it die out on its own.
Personally, it depends. When it happens on my channel, it kind of depends as to what it is that's being said. If it's just like regular negativity or something like that, then sometimes I'll just let it go, or at the very most I'll just delete the comment. Because, to be honest, if it's on your channel and you don't want to see the comment, you don't really have to keep it if you don't want to. That's kind of the benefit of you having the channel yourself, is that you have that choice that you can do that or not.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's really, really harsh and stuff, and it's affecting not just me and also others, basically when people stereotype, then that's when I kind of draw the line and pretty much just ban the person flat out from the channel. It's not that, let me phrase this. It's the fact that he or she is, it's most likely he, that's what I notice with a lot of trolls, that they're generally male. But when they affect other people like that, it's just, I don't want to, quote unquote, run the risk of them doing it multiple times and end up saying something that's really going to affect people, because it's true. Truth be told, yes, words actually can hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been numerous people who have been hurt by this, and I really need to. I kind of hate having to say this, but I need to use this as a reference. And to those of you who are really sensitive about this topic, I'm sorry, but I have to use Michael Moronis as an example. You heard about him, right, Podslayer?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, his situation is probably one of the most infamous situations regarding just bullying stuff, regarding just simply the MLP community in general. But if it's not among like the top 10 or something, like most like why in the world did this happen things for just regular bullying in general, then I don't know how I don't know how it couldn't be in the top 10 for that, because that was freaking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a very emotional story for everybody that listened to it. But
And
I do appreciate the response that the majority of the people had. It was overwhelmingly positive to, try and help the kid out, because there are a lot of people that, have got your back.
yeah, for those of you who perhaps don't know what it is that happened with Michael Moronis, I'll simplify it a little bit for you guys. But simply put, the kid, he was like, how old was he? Was he like 10
I think he was like 11 years old.
Yeah, he's like 11 or 12 years old, and essentially Michael was bullied, mostly verbally, for the fact that he was a brony, so much to the point where he actually tried to hang himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was such a shock to everybody, and especially his family, because he had came home that day and didn't seem down or nothing. He seemed perfectly normal, and then they just caught him when he was trying to do that, and it, for the lack of better words, it really, really left a mark on him, and it's afflicted him severely, like to the point where he might have trouble throughout the rest of his life because of something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing about this like the day after it happened, and I remember seeing so much support from various bronies, and I saw the website that they had actually made, where it kept track of comments and donations and such, that for the procedure, because the procedure that Michael had to take was so expensive that the family couldn't even really cover for it. And there was just so much positive feedback on all the bronies who had heard about this. There was so much stuff going on there, and I remember even looking at their Facebook page and seeing all the various things that they had sent to him. They have received so many letters and even some videos and stuff of people, just basically saying get well soon, and they're wishing them the best, and all the best words that one could ever hear whenever in such a situation like this. And when something like that happens, and a community like that is able to come together for something like that, that really just shows right there that the community is actually worth being in, not just for somebody watching the show, but knowing that there are good people still in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely important. I don't think it's important so much that we're bronies as much as we are a community. We're a group of people united for one purpose, and we're just trying to help each other out. And when things like that happen, you've got this great community of people who are willing to help out instead of just a vocal minority of people. There are so many wonderful people willing to step in for any reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, that happened for Michael, and then just a couple days ago, in fact, I think exactly 2 days ago, you were involved in making this work, but
Yeah.
Jay Holler actually released a video basically saying that a coworker of his who worked on the anthology series.
Yeah, I think that was Devo, right?
Devo.
Something like that.
So he was running into trouble and basically was in a financial debt, and if he didn't receive the $2,500, he was going to lose his house.
Yeah.
And in less than 24 hours, they actually received enough money in order to cover for that in less than 24 hours. That is absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if I recall, you
phenomenal.
donated what, $10?
I donated $10. Yeah.
You did 10 and I did 25. So me and Prize Liger, we only did 35. That means that of all the bronies out there, all of them combined was able to send $2,465.
Mm-hmm.
All
We
of
just
them
helped.
Like, I know, like, some people, they donated a lot more than others.
Yeah, I saw one person who donated like $150.
Yeah, I saw a comment on there saying that too. But I want to quote something that I had put on that video. I'm gonna paraphrase this. I mentioned on the video that I could only donate $25, but I said that this is like a puzzle, and that each donation is a puzzle piece, and when you bring them all together, you can complete the picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely important that people don't think that they can't make a difference, because obviously you can. Even if it's just $1, you know, if you're helping out, if you make a donation, those small donations add up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally every little thing counts. Like, those are pretty much the words to live by in certain situations, like just like that. Yeah. It's that, like, you say that even if you don't have anything to give, even if you can't donate money, just simply spreading the word about something like that can make all the difference.
Yeah, liking the video, leaving a friendly comment, reblogging it on Tumblr. There's several different ways.
Yeah, if you have acquaintances or something, whether or not they actually know anything about the show, like on Skype or something like that, just leaving the link there, and you don't know, maybe one or two of them will actually, help.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt to try. It really doesn't.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I do think we have rambled on quite a bit.
I don't know. I don't think that's really rambling. It still relates.
Sort of, yeah. To it. Yeah, sort of. But like, we've gotten pretty far in the discussion. I'd just like to say
that just lets you know that we know a lot about it and that we actually care about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I did want to give some people advice when it comes to, trolls and comments and stuff like that. The best thing you can do, don't defend them. Don't.
Yes.
I appreciate it when people defend me against trolls, but at the same time, it's better off that you just leave them alone, because they're not going to come back. And if they do come back, well, that's where the ban comes in. But if they don't come back, if they just leave one comment and, 2 days later someone responds, then the person's going to respond back with more comments. You're likely not going to change their mind. So, yeah. I mean, I do understand constructive criticism and all, but there's a point where some people, you're just going to try and hit a brick wall. And it's better off that you don't respond, leave them alone, and leave a positive comment separately to avoid them from getting attention.
Yeah, I mean, for you, you're actually able to, remove these certain things and stuff, but there's other channels out there that, we can't communicate with like we can with each other, so we can't actually say it to them or hear how they feel about it. But like, for example, the cartoon horses program thing that we had mentioned earlier, I remember in one of the comments on there was a huge thread of an argument going between a troll and someone who, he wasn't a brony, he wasn't a fan of the show, but like, he didn't hate them, and like, he didn't like the fact that the troll was essentially stereotyping and bashing on the bronies. So he was in a way defending the bronies there. But I was going through the comments and stuff, and there was like 50 replies from both of them on there. Like, it was such a huge strand of things, and I actually had to stop about halfway through because I was losing brain cells reading the response from the troll.
Yeah.
The guy who was in the defense, like, he was leaving incredibly well thought out comments that made a lot of sense and stuff, and then the troll would just say something really incredibly irrelevant or just mock the guy. And like, I remember a point in in the discussion, the defense dude was just like, I can tell you're not even reading these comments, so I'm not even gonna bother anymore. And at that point, I just like sat there. I'm like, this dude lasted so long. Like I would have just ended this a long time ago. Like
I wouldn't have started it.
Exactly. Like just, I mean, you're essentially fueling the fire when you get involved in these sorts of things. I know, unfortunately, there are some things that can get said by a troll or an anti-brony in which you really, really want to say something, but it's not the best thing to do. Responding to them only gets their attention more.
Mm-hmm.
And you just need to ignore it. And I'm sorry if that's something that you don't like to do. Like, you know, the whole fight or flight thing. Like, if you know, like, oh, I don't run away from the thing. I'm sorry, but this is not something that you should be engaging in because you are not making it any better for anybody. You're giving it, well, with the exception of the troll / anti-brony, you're giving him or her, most likely him, a hell of a lot more fun because that's what they do. And when you get involved, you're making it a pain for yourself, for the uploader, and for anyone else who has to read those comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always best for you. If you ignore the troll, then you negate possible. If you ignore the troll, then you negate possible future comments from them. And if you upload your own positive comment, that makes the experience with the video so much better. You can do twice the amount of work by just leaving one positive comment.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you know, hopefully people see this video, they take that advice, and you know, share that advice to make sure that it's really important that people don't feed the trolls. I know if it's been said since like 2005, but still,
yeah, it's been said since like the dawning of YouTube, and perhaps even a little bit beforehand.
Yeah,
like from like threads and stuff on like chat boards and stuff. Like there were trolls back then too, but like it's just most commonly seen on YouTube just simply because there's so many people who use YouTube. Like almost, I want to say like over half of the people, if not more, in the entire universe or Earth, use YouTube, or at least at the very least know what it is.
It's one of the biggest websites in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if that doesn't tell you that a shitload of people use it, then I don't know what does.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong; those comments are often horrible, but not every comment section is the same. You go onto one person's channel, like for example PewDiePie's channel, and it was just horrible. But if you go on to another person's channel, they can still have like 1 million subscribers and still have a nice looking channel with a bunch of positive comments. And that both has to do with the uploaders part and also like the fans as well. You know, if you lack controversy, if you're all about forming a community, you are going to do so much better when it comes to your comment section. It's going to be so much nicer on average.
Yeah. I mean, this is a super rare exception to this because there are literally so few channels that actually have this happen. But there are a couple of channels out there I've noticed where there is just an exceedingly lower population of trolls there. I mean, especially when you compare it to channels that have similar amounts of videos or subscribers or anything like that. Like, you mentioned earlier PewDiePie and how he gets a lot of hate and stuff. Well, to be honest, that's because the fans of PewDiePie, unfortunately, kind of start the thing because they go to other people's channels like, oh, he or she's copying off of PewDiePie because he played it last week. Or something like that. So they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot there. But that's why there's a whole lot of hatred going on in that area. But there's also some channels and such where, yes, there's some hatred there every now and then, but it's so little. Like, there's one channel that I'm actually subscribed to that's not even related to MLP whatsoever. And he has almost 72,000 subscribers, and there is almost no negative comments ever. Like, I think the entire time I've been subscribed to him, which has been about 1.5 years, I think I've only ever seen 3 bad comments. And I watch his stuff a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely very possible, but it's all about you know, fans getting along with each other, being under good influence. There's a bunch of different factors that go into it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you make a channel and you happen to have those trolls hitting your channel, which most likely, and in fact, it's gonna happen at some point in time.
Mhm.
There is no way around it. But
Yeah, definitely.
if that happens, it you need to deal with them. Unfortunately, like yes, you could ban the person, and they may just forget about your channel entirely. Same deal if you ignore the comment. But
Mhm.
if you fuel them with it and you respond to them, even if you give them the best reply in the world that anybody could have possibly have come up with, they will still find a way in order to continue being the trolls. And if you fuel them enough, they will never leave.
You know
And
what
and not just you as the uploader, but to anybody who watches your videos. They have a job as a viewer to make sure that they don't allow that to happen.
Yeah, that's where the report system comes in. Don't be afraid to report horrible comments if you see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially if it goes along the line of like kill yourself. That completely unacceptable. I hate seeing that. It's
Those are flat out easy to get removed on there.
Yeah,
And
it's simple.
I remember sometimes I've actually had to report a couple of those on a couple of videos before. And interestingly enough, anytime that you report a comment like that, YouTube even tells you that if you know that something's up, contact your local authorities.
Mhm.
Like they know that this stuff is not fun. This is not something that you bullshit about.
Yeah. I mean, obviously not everything can be regulated, but a little bit here and there helps out so much. It really does.
Just like I said earlier, every little thing counts.
Mhm. Also, I would like to say that I'd like to tell a little story really quick. One time, I was rated on one of my videos by a bunch of people from Reddit.
The whole Reddit rant. Yeah, I've heard that.
Have you heard of the time that I was rated by Reddit?
No, but I do know examples of videos that got hit by Reddit a whole lot. So.
Yeah, one of my videos, it was like one of my episode reactions. I ended up getting rated by like 10 or so people, and that was when I had a much smaller channel, like before I had 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
So that was a much bigger deal for me back then. Yeah, definitely getting hit by all those people. It was just a bunch of anti-Bronies saying, like, why are you watching this little kid show? You're a grown man, everything like that. Basically, it got so bad that I ended up having to delete the video.
I think you would have been better off just disabling the comments.
It was like 22 dislikes. I deleted the video and then re-uploaded it the next day. Fresh start. And I also uploaded a different video because I screenshotted the comments, and then I made a little editing parody skit out of it, which was hilarious. It was it was really funny, actually. I used a couple JonTron voices and stuff like that, and it was just it was very fun to watch. So I got some good use out of those comments.
Oh no!
Trolled, you've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told. Don't reply to this guy, he's just trying to get a rise out of you. Yes, it's true, you respond and that's his cue to start trouble on the double while he's...
14 girls from Reddit, 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 14 girls from Reddit.
Holy shit! We'll always love you! I can't believe you did this to me! God damn it! How could you do this to me? God only knows what went wrong and why you leave the stage in the middle of a song.
Yeah, I think
that's the good thing about the fact that it happened to you a little early in the channel, is the fact that it wasn't really a huge deal for you to just simply remove the video and then re-upload it. And the fact that you were actually able to get something funny out of it as an intro for like another video, that's kind of like the best way to really take it.
Yeah, if you turn it into humor, then it turns a bad experience into a good experience.
And to be honest, you just make the trolls look like an asshole. Like they kind of feel stupid when you do that.
Yeah.
They're like, well, shit.
I'm
Now what?
definitely considering doing that again, especially with reactors like Cherries 5. That's in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't remember which channel it was. I'm thinking, for whatever reason, I'm thinking that this was Ratchet's channel, but I'm thinking that it was his channel. But like almost a year ago, one of the videos that he had uploaded apparently got like bombarded by Reddit as well. I can't remember what video it is for the life of me. So if you're curious as to what video it is, I'm sorry, I can't remember. Like I said, this happened months and months ago. But at some point, I had watched his video and I was like, oh yeah, this was a really good video and stuff. And the like and dislike thing was perfectly fine. You know, piss load of likes and almost no dislikes. And I shut the video down and I went about my day. And I checked it out later on that day because I wanted to watch it again. And like the like and dislike bar was almost split. It was like almost 50-50. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I look in the comments section and like there's like the top 15 comments are in Russian text.
Yeah.
And I go and look at some comments that are further down on there and there's like one or two in English and then a shitload more in Russian. And then it basically said that the video got Reddit bombed by apparently some Russian YouTuber who had like 400,000 subscribers.
Really?
Had posted on Reddit about the video, and people went to the link and saw the video just to dislike it.
That's crazy. I mean, can't really think of any
bullshit.
YouTubers that specifically do that. That's horrible.
I went to his channel. Like the person who actually did it, like they actually mentioned the name, which unfortunately, as I said, I can't remember it because it happened about a year ago.
Did he actually do it on purpose, or was it unintentional?
I never ended up getting the whole details because most of the people who were being verbal about it were the freaking people who speak in Russian, and I couldn't understand it. But I went to his channel, and there's no video, obviously, that's in English, but all of his videos and stuff were just simply gaming things. Like, there were no videos that were, using images or something like that in order to say that he was against MLP. So I'm not really certain as to how it all came into play, but all I know is that the uploader had mentioned something on Reddit about the video. Maybe he said something good about it, I don't know. But somehow or another, a bunch of his 400,000 something subscribers clicked on that link, and perhaps like 500 of them were not fans of MLP and just all hit dislike and stuff. I have no idea, but all I know is that was part of a huge Reddit bomb, and that I was just like, are you serious? And then this didn't happen with Ratchet. This actually happened with a different channel where someone actually got a dislike bot.
A dislike bot?
Yeah, there's
like a robot.
Yeah, like an actual bot that would simply dislike the video, and I don't know who did it, but this wasn't an MLP related video. This was just a straight gaming video, and on it was a video on Assassin's Creed 2, and like one of the episodes on there, it was just like the video for Ratchetness. It was perfectly fine, had like 3 dislikes and like 200 likes. And then I go back and watch it 2 or 3 days later, and once again, the comment or the like thing is almost 50-50 with like 150 dislikes or like 350 dislikes and like 380 likes. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And come to find out that it was some kind of dislike bot, and the channel uploader had to actually, report this to YouTube and stuff. And I don't know how he managed to do this, but he actually managed to get those botted dislikes removed. And to where it was back to normal, where it was almost everything was a single like. I don't know how he managed to do that, but somehow he was able to get that fixed. And
well, maybe if you're a more popular YouTuber, you have more influence
Well, I do know that he is actually affiliated with another group, like not like the Machinima style, not like that, but
Yeah,
like
you
he
might be
is.
able to get help
Yeah,
if you also
he
have
had
a
help.
network.
I
Yeah.
can't. He has some other group that helps him out, but it's not like one of the huge ones that like Machinima or TGN or anything like that. It's someone a little bit smaller on there, but I'm guessing that one of them from that group might have had some pull with an employee at YouTube or something, because he was able to get that problem fixed in like a day after it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But just like things that happen just like that, it's just like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like someone went out of their way in order to make a bot that just simply dislikes all his videos.
All I gotta say is don't let one person ruin it for everybody.
Unfortunately, though, that's easy to say but hard to follow, because when you make a video and you receive 10 comments, if you get 9 good comments and you get 1 hateful comment, the hateful comment is going to leave a bigger mark on you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. People remember negative comments a lot easier than they remember positive ones, even if the positive ones are amazing. And
It's not even just comments, it's just things in general.
in
like,
nature, yeah.
Yeah, like you try and think of things that you've done in your past, and you can't tell me that there's not at least one
Mm-hmm.
thing that you remember almost perfectly that you had done, and it was something really bad or something wrong.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
you cheated on that test, or you like ate someone else. I'm using light examples.
Yeah, that's
but
just
there
how
are-
the brain works.
Yeah, I'm using like light examples of like bad things on there, but there's some really bad stuff that some people have done, and that just doesn't leave your mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think this is for everybody. No matter how successful you get, no matter how many positive people you've got around you, you've still negative comments do hurt, and you just gotta. I don't know. It's a tricky thing to deal with because your mind is registered to, think of negativity a lot, but you've gotta just look back at those positive comments that you get. Like on some of my videos, sometimes I like to screen cap my favorite comments. The comments
I've seen
that
that
are
for
just
a couple of them.
yeah. I think that's probably the easiest way for me to deal with negativity is just to look at all of the positive support and see how much it outnumbers every single negative comment I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in
But-
like one video, I can get more positive comments than every negative comment I've ever had on my channel.
Mm.
That really says something.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people out on YouTube, especially the ones who aren't actually doing things, and you get comments saying like, "Oh, I want to upload videos and stuff. I want to make gameplay stuff like you do, or I want to be a ranter just like you and stuff." I mean, that's cool and stuff that you want to do that, but the fact is that as a YouTube uploader, you have to be prepared for the fact that you're going to receive these negative feedbacks every now and then, and you have to be mentally prepared in order to deal with these things and know not to let it get to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even then, we still struggle sometimes. It happens, but I think probably the easiest way that I've dealt with it is the fact that it's online. I'm not dealing with people face to face because I'm horrible with confrontation. I hate, having a real life confrontation with somebody. I hate having people yelling in my face and stuff like that. That's the worst, the absolute worst to me. I have a huge fear of confrontation. But online, I'm not seeing their faces. I'm just seeing some text. I can just click a tab, go somewhere else in a snap. It's a lot easier for me, and I think that's the beauty out of the anonymousness out of this, because it goes both ways.
So if I turn on my webcam right now, you're gonna nope out of here? Hmm.
What was that?
I said if I turn on my webcam and Skype call, you're gonna nope out of here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I could do that. I can turn on my webcam and make sure that it's a visible confrontation.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get what you're saying now. All right.
It's okay. It's okay, everybody. Not everybody's hamster wheel spins at the same speed.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just like in the freaking last video and stuff, you had to put text in the screen saying, "Look at me not paying attention."
Yeah, yeah, I'm not too proud of that. Oh well, I embrace it.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about with this whole thing?
Just one little. I'm just gonna repeat one other thing. It's just that, like I said, with the trolls and stuff, there's a common trend between the two, and it's that it's the people who don't have fans and stuff of themselves. Like they don't, they don't have a lot of subscribers. They don't upload a lot of videos or anything like that. They're always really like quiet-ish in terms of other people who are with them, and they use the anonymous feature on the internet in order to voice their opinions and such. But strangely enough, I also noticed that a lot of times with the haters, this is more like a 50-50 as opposed to the fact that it's a lot of younger kids and stuff being like in the 80% thing. But like about half the time, the hate comments and stuff that you receive are from people who not only have low subscribers and such, but they have no profile picture set up, and they also have none of their channel details visible. So if you go to their channel and see what it is that they do, you're not able to see any comments that they had left. You aren't able to see any videos they liked. They aren't see anything they favorited. You can't see anything that they uploaded. Nothing.
Hmm.
And some of them even flat out remove the discussion tab on their channels, because sometimes if you go to one and it does have a discussion tab, you can find out normally how long that they've been doing the trolling process.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people will actually go to the channel and leave a message on the discussion board saying, "Hey, why the hell are you doing this?"
Yep.
And I remember seeing the troll that was on the freaking Cartoon Horses program. I went to his thing and he had a discussion tab open available, and there was a comment from over a year ago just responding saying, why'd you say this and this on such and such video? It's just like, so this person has obviously been doing this for over a year. Mm-hmm. And it's just like at that point, not only is he or she a troll, but this is pretty much like the only thing that they do. And you don't want to feed it and let them keep going with it. Just
yeah.
Don't get involved.
Don't let them get their fun.
Yeah.
Don't let them get their fun, and just you have a lot more influence than you would think. Mm-hmm. Believe it. You have so much influence. All you really need to do is just leave a positive comment and ignore the trolls. And if you feel like it, if you feel like it's worth it, report them as well.
Unfortunately, until YouTube implements a system where if someone commented, death threat comments or something like that, and they get reported from it, until YouTube allows a system where if they receive complaints like that and they get IP banned for it, people are just going to wait until they get banned and then make another account and then repeat the process again.
Oh, that's another thing too. Also respond to positive comments. Like if someone has something really in depth, feel free to respond to them, because then it's more likely to bring that comment up instead of bringing the trolls comment up.
Mm.
Yeah, that's also a thing that I should do, because I don't respond to comments aside from those on my channel that often, which I should.
Mm.
Yeah.
Most of the time, when it comes to really long discussion threads that are already extended, sometimes I don't actually I don't comment on them, but I will read some of the messages on there, and I will like the ones that I thought were good.
Oh,
but I won't reply on the comments.
The worst possible thing is that the Google Plus comments, you can't thumbs down those negative comments
Yep.
either.
Yep, that's the bitch right there.
It has a thumbs down button, but it doesn't do anything.
I said that ever since they implemented Google Plus. I had
And
said
they
that
never
ever since
changed it.
happened. Yep. No matter how many times you click that thumbs down button, it won't do jack shit. You can post a comment on a random video and like your own comment, and guess what? You have one thumbs up on there. No matter how many times people hammer the thumbs down button on there,
There's
it's
always
still
going to be that one
it's still
thumbs
gonna
up.
be it's still gonna be at least one thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of having a thumbs down if you can't make it go down?
It's basically YouTube's system of lying to you.
It's basically Facebook.
Yep.
You can like something, sure, but you can't
dislike it. And the dislike button has its purpose. Don't get me wrong, the dislike button was abused back before the Google Plus system, but the
Yes, but
dislike
it
button
wasn't
is
anywhere
also
near as
important.
bad. It wasn't really anywhere near as bad enough to implement the fact that you can't use the dislike button at all.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, for crying out loud, the dislike button for the comments are broken, but the dislike button for the videos are working perfectly fine. They're both thumbs down pictures. It's not that complex to make it work.
Yeah.
It's basically saying, if user clicks here, then comment goes down one.
Google Tube. Why? Why Google Tube?
I mean, we're really, really branching off on this, so I'm only going to say a small thing about this, and then I'm going to drop it here. But I will say that ever since that a new person took over for YouTube and basically have been making more and more judgments for them, their changes and things that they've been doing, as of late, have not been that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Most recently...
It's gotten better.
It's gotten a lot better, and don't get me wrong, they still have room to improve, but things are always, it gets a lot worse before it gets better. Well, we went through the bad and the worse, but before it gets better, it needs to build itself back up. You can't just go from shit to gold. You have to work your way up.
Mm-hmm.
So just give them time and let them piece their puzzles together, get their plan and action and stuff, and as long as they don't slip up or anything like that, there should be some good stuff coming, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we should be touching on that area.
Yep, I think we've pretty much covered everything possible. Don't respond to trolls. Leave your own positive comments and respond to positive comments. Upvote positive comments and report harassment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
that's
and always make sure to notice the difference between trolls and constructive criticism.
and surround yourself with friends, surround yourself with good things, because screenshot good comments as well. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing to do, and you're probably going to need it in the future. Because people often do get emotional. We are emotional creatures.
Yeah, some more than others. I can be, and I'm guilty of such a thing myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've definitely had my moments, but I do have wonderful people that have supported me. Like, at one time I got rated in a video, and then Swiftwing called me up and said, "Hey, do you realize what's going on?" And he just basically sat there with me watching it happen, and he gave me some positive advice and stuff like that. If you have friends like that, they're infinitely valuable. Yeah. Thank you, Swiftwing. I'll remember that for a long time. Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it for this one, don't you think?
Yeah. This was a pretty long one, but I think this was a very valuable success cast.
Well, more or less. I mean, this one makes sense to be longer because technically we hit 2 fields there. We hit trolls and anti-Bronies.
Yep. As always, be sure to request different topics for us to talk about. We haven't gotten many requests so far, so if you request something, it will likely be talked about.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really expecting, 100 comments or something with different suggestions because, dear God, I wasn't expecting any off of the first one, and we got 2.
We got 2. Can we
That's
get 2 more?
That's 2 more than I thought was going to happen.
Can we get 2 more? Can we get 4?
And suddenly this becomes an auction.
Yeah. Can we get 4? 4. 4.
Right here, $4, $4, $4, $6, $6, sold to that man for $7.50.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've been going on long enough.
Oh, definitely.
All right. So this has been Pie Disliker,
And Brody Must 44.
and we will see you in the next video.
Bye bye.